Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknex.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
Yeah, unless you want to have fun being poor. Oh, yeah. Listen to the mellow sounds of Leverage Got Liquidated Radio. LGL Radio. LGL. Leverage Got Liquidated Yesterday Radio. LGL.
Did you by chance, did you see that one that I shared in the chat yesterday? I think it was the biggest single liquidation I've ever seen.
No, but I want to hear about it because I love.
Well,
I soak in the pain of other people's losses.
There's not much to hear about other than what just happened. I mean, I looked at this and I'm like, no, that's one idiot.
Long. One idiot. Okay, so
98. So how would you feel? I mean, you wake up or something, like, I guess you're asleep and you're not like watching the market, or I don't know what these guys do. They put on like 10, I don't know what leverage they put on. And then you wake up and you're like $100 million poorer.
Dude,
because
you know what
you thought
is?
Bitcoin was going to the moon.
I'll bet that's not an individual. That's a fund.
Okay, so you're saying a fund was doing, because to get liquidated on Bitcoin, you have to do.
Doesn't mean you're smart.
Greater than.
Doesn't mean you're smart.
So if you longed at, let's say you longed at like 107, right? That means your leverage would have had to have been greater than or equal to.
If they got liquidated, if they got liquidated off that candlestick, that was a 4% candlestick, right?
Well, it's only 103 when this happened, so that was a $2,000 move. That's just a 2%. So that means.
So on 2%,
50x leverage.
That's right.
50x, right?
Somewhere between 45 and 50, because we don't know what the leverage service was on it, because you have to service that.
Oh. So you lost 100. So you did $100 million long at 50x leverage.
You some dumb son bitch. You some dumb son. And I don't care if you are a hedge fund, because that's not hedging behavior. Now,
you don't hedge at 50x leverage. I don't care.
You don't hedge with any leverage. I mean, because in this market, you might in more kind of static markets, but you wouldn't hedge with leverage in crypto unless you're a damn fool. You got to be a damn fool.
Unless you're MSTR, maybe their new little thing they introduced. Anyway,
I think this is some whack job at a fund thinking they know more than the rest of the world and getting obliterated.
Well, they didn't, because look at them.
They're done. They're whacked. They got obliterated. But
they got whacked at 103, and Bitcoin's now back to 102, and they're like, oh crap. This wasn't even when it fell down to 98. This was before. That's what's crazy. I'm like, how much?
Now, where was this? Yeah. Was this over on Binance?
No. What's that symbol?
Too. That would tell us too.
It's not Binance.
No, that's not.
I don't know what that symbol is. That's it looks like the Lido symbol, but it's not Lido. I don't know where it is.
Well, that would tell us too. I mean, if it's on a regular exchange, it's not institutional. And I just can't imagine any one person is that damn stupid. How stupid? How stupid?
Zen. Peaceful. Because you know what didn't get liquidated?
Us?
My positions.
Yeah. Isn't that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Schadenfreude, whatever, where you feel pleasure at other people's suffering? Schadenfreude. I mean, I know it's a German name because Germans like to feel pleasure when other people suffer because that's the German way.
Schadenfreude.
You've ever been in a BMW, you understand. But like, I feel like we're allowed to appreciate this one because it's so stupid, it's mind-boggling. Meaning, we're allowed to appreciate this one. Is this the thing? Don't think because people are rich. Don't think because people run a fund or they run money or they're advisors or counselors or this, that they know what the truck they are doing. They don't. Every time I go into a room and I think, okay, I'm in a room with smart people, I leave woefully saddened. I mean, I'm talking about, buddy, Brandon, did I tell you about, I had a meeting with a big money manager and insurance fund. They have 300 and, I don't know, they're over $350 billion under management, wealth managers. They don't know anything. They are a bunch of dumbasses. I left that meeting like worried for their clients, like, oh God, those guys don't know anything. And when I say anything, I don't mean like they don't get crypto. Of course they didn't get crypto. Dude, they couldn't really put together a yield curve. They didn't really understand what they were looking at. And I was like, I mean, you guys know how this works, right? Like, you always assume that the people in the room that manage money, hundreds of billions, would know what the F they're talking about. These guys don't, man. There's a few people that do, but I've not met them. I don't know where they are, but there's a few people that are smart. I just have never met one, ever.
I found the exchange that it got liquidated on. It's HTX. What was it? HTX.
HTX.
Let's see.
That's got to be more than the total volume of HTX ever. Wait, you don't think that was just a total? That was one position?
Yeah, one position because there's multiple on that list. You can go through them. Blah 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 blah. Founded in 2013.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it doesn't say where they're from. They got to be foreigner, right? Because I don't see.
Sign up, earn up to 1,200 USDT. Oh, that's already a scam.
They have a lot of languages.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if those are other languages because we can't read those languages.
No, I just assume all things.
It could all just say dumb American. It's got a little emoji circling with tokens. Yeah, I'm out.
With an airplane, though.
I'm out.
Look.
I'm out.
Emojis chasing the airplane and they're circling.
This is clearly where smart people go.
That's a cool logo. They have 60 billion in assets under management, supposedly.
9 million users. I declare bull shenanigans.
If I look at so they are, let's see.
Bull nanigans.
Assets. They have mostly Ethereum. They have about $1 billion worth of Bitcoin.
We're not, Lisa. Oh my God, we haven't made it yet. We're still making it.
What are we doing?
Our bad USD. There's not bad USDC. USDC is good. We haven't done it yet, Lisa. We're not there yet.
So we have about 98 signups. I was trying to wait till 100, but I'm probably gonna make the coin today or tomorrow, and then I'll get it sent out. But I got to make the tilling for 3 and 4 is going now. They just announced yesterday, so I'm gonna make that video too. So we should be able to get that video out hopefully soon.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I just received this for a pop-up Solana wallet collection and checker. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you received, Timothy. I don't know. And since I don't know, I can't console you about it. The thing that I don't know. Okay, here's what we can. Brandon, please do a video on how I can combine back my nodes into the 8 node I started with. Okay, like the reverse process to repackage. Why did you? You know what? Doesn't matter. I don't think. Did we ever do? You may have done a video on that, Brandon. Didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple. You just hit the merge button.
Merge.
Like on your two node ones, you'll have like, if you hit the 3 dots, you'll have a merge button. You just follow the steps on that. I could probably do a video if I need to.
R. Macbeth, hit the merge button. Merge, bro. Merge. Okay.
Yeah, let's merge.
Let's merge. Okay. So we are getting a lot of. I talked to the twin team. I yelled at them a little bit, and they're going to get me a lot more information. They're going to get me news and updates twice a week. So apparently, you can already start messing with twins in the twin studio. They're working on some code they had to update or whatever, and that should be rolled out this week, which is pretty cool. So you will be able to actually start twinning here pretty soon. Okay. I don't mean that as in a weird connotation, just
nice.
Just that.
Nice. I did make a video. Okay, good. I thought, like, it's so simple. I don't know. It's probably part of the whole license video. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Well, did you have anything you wanted to mention as far as housekeeping before I talk about?
No, let's hit your stuff. And then behind the wall, we're going to talk about a lot of Jupiter stuff and other things.
Ooh, we crushed that. Even now with the market S-ing the bed, we still crush that.
We crushed it even more so because, listen, what else would you have put your money into?
Nothing.
Anything else, you got obliterated. Even anything else besides USDC, you got obliterated. So had you rotated back into, let's say, crappy Ethereum or whatever, you got obliterated. So whatever. Anyway, we'll walk through that. Yeah.
Got kicked right in the right in the
in
dick
softies.
Hole.
Right in the softies, you say.
In the dick hole. The
no,
little
no.
Yep.
No.
All up in it. That's worse.
No.
That's worse, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got?
Here's what I got. Some good news and some okay news. Trump's obviously a bunch of executive orders, and everybody's a little okay. We're going to have to do some brain work on this over the coming few days, and that is that everybody was excited about the executive orders that were saying things related to and around crypto, and it sparked about 1.9 billion into the kind of crypto ETP inflows, exchange traded products. When you hear that, that's what that is. That's the dominion of exchange traded assets. Bitcoin obviously dominated that. Ethereum to a smaller extent. Exchange traded products experienced a boost about 1.9 billion. That was the second largest weekly inflow of the new year, which again, we're only in January, but still the total year inflows are 4.8 billion, which is cool. That now, a lot of it was the renewed Trump pump, the inauguration pump, whatever you want to call it. However, some of the Bitcoin maxis, and I'm sure you know about this, Brandon, they were unhinged, super angry that whatever shape the Bitcoin, the reserve, the crypto reserve, I guess we have to call it.
It's a stockpile, right?
That it might not just contain Bitcoin. This made the orange pills go effing nuts. Not at all happy. Very angry. Very mad. So, then we have to start thinking, and then we'll do more of this behind the wall over the coming days, but we have to start preparing for the likelihood of this idea that a made in the USA token, this idea that many of those assets might be gobbled up into something that looks like an index fund. So I'm starting to kind of think of what that might look like. We'll game theory this out, but there may be a play on the most likely made in the USA assets. There's been a lot of, I'm not a big fan of Ripple, the company, but there's been a lot of movement back and forth with them going and kissing all of the asses possible. I don't know. I don't know if we watch the world, the Trump crypto project and see what assets they take on their balance sheet to see what assets are going to be in the fund, the made in the USA, whatever that is. But I got a feeling it's a handful of assets that we look at on a regular basis. And I can't imagine, even as scummy as they are, I just can't imagine them excluding XRP. Right?
They haven't bought an XRP yet, though.
No, they haven't. Now, that doesn't mean, though, that this private working group that's coming up with this strategy wouldn't say XRP, Algorand, Cardano. But, it's the same argument with Cardano. It's like, cool, it would have a near-term effect. So if there was, let's say, 10 USA assets that got included in this bucket, you're basically going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana. I mean, it's got to be in there, right? XRP, Algorand. I don't know how much further it goes than that.
Sui.
Is Sui? I mean, I guess technically it is, right?
It's US based fully. Yeah, it's on the list.
Yeah, and it came from Facebook. Indirectly, right out of the deal.
And with yeah.
So, but then the thing is, I'm not sure that's any different than the normal market accretive action you would get if Bitcoin was the only one to go in. So, for instance, if they said, okay, Bitcoin, we're doing it, $100 billion, whatever, we're doing it, and the market would rise. I don't know if those assets are going to rise any more than they would already have. I guess that's what we've got to work around in our mind. If they include 10 or 12 assets, then does it make a difference? It's like, wouldn't we have gotten that same rise in the market if Bitcoin?
Because the same amount of money would go into the market, right?
Yeah.
So technically,
I
don't
know.
More.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know how to weight that information. This whole idea of this basket of assets. I know that the crypto community is pissed.
No, you use the word interchangeably, right? The Bitcoin community is really pissed. I don't know if the crypto community really is, or are they? You think they are?
I don't know. I think in general, a lot of people were thinking Bitcoin reserve. I mean, at the state level, they're not saying made in the USA reserve. States aren't looking at adding all these assets. States are big. It's about Bitcoin and that's it. And then you could even make an argument for Ethereum as the first two ETFs, the gold, the silver, you could make an argument. It'd be weak, but you could make it. But beyond Bitcoin, really, I don't see the states participating. They're not going to they're not going to be degens, right? They're not degenning into crypto. The states that are going to have reserves, it's going to be Bitcoin because that's all they can convince their geriatric venture holding clientele, which is they're populous. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just we need to keep thinking about that. I don't know that I would go changing up your portfolio, but I don't know if I would be selling anything right now either. It might be time to kind of look around and say, okay, if I'm going to be investing, I don't know, just there's some things we'll talk about over the next coming days behind the wall as we kind of churn this in our mind. We need to kind of think about it from a couple different angles. I know that Ripple is, I mean, they are begging and begging and begging for audience with the president. And I don't think he gives a crap about Ripple. I don't think he likes Brad and Chris at all. And I think he has a long memory, like an elephant. Like if you screw that guy over, I think he doesn't like you forever. And it would be a very funny snuff if they didn't include XRP. And the reason was, well, we couldn't because they're currently involved in litigation at the federal level. They violated securities laws. You could see a snub like that and it would be effing epic. And it would be justified because if you get a bunch of politicians that already hate crypto people and they already hate crypto and they really hate guys that are rich and they really hate guys that are rich and basically stole that undeserved reward that we all love so much. there's a chance that they could get snubbed. And that, my friend, that would be my schadenfreude. Then I would be, man, oh, God. But then on the other side of it, I want people that own Ripple to do good. I don't want them to suffer because Brad and Chris are dickheads. Oh, I'm so conflicted. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at on that. Okay, statistically, it looks like an Ethereum rally is in the cards. So, and again, this is looking at the past. We don't have infinite knowledge. We just have the near-term past. Past trends suggest Ethereum could rally in February despite the January slump. And also, part of the January slump wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the last couple of days of weirdness. But again, despite Ethereum's pretty tough start to the year, it has at least inspired the Ethereum community, the developers, to wake up and realize they got to get off their butts and start taking care of business, because the world will leave them behind if they don't. So they've been bigging up all these new innovations like based and native rollups. You know, we had opportunistic rollups. Now we have based and native rollups, which could enhance decentralization and network unity. This company Paradigm is advocating for a faster protocol upgrade to address market demands. Well, they want a bunch of upgrades. They're like, you guys have been asleep at the wheel. We said this for years. The Ethereum developers and the Ethereum founders, of course they're asleep at the wheel. They're rich and they don't care. At least Vitalik is rich and doesn't care and doesn't spend his Ethereum. So it's like on that, I'm okay with him being on the talk circuit until he sells one token. And then I'm like, you better get back to work, you son of a bee. Anyway, as we all know, yesterday Bitcoin dipped. The reasons are many. Some of it is competition in the AI sector was shaken up with some of these newer models that are cheaper and the Federal Reserve uncertainty, the fact that Senor Trump is telling the Federal Reserve to cut. And Jerome Powell's like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to not do anything good on my own terms. And, you know, the Federal Reserve, nothing they do matters anyway. It's all theater. It's all political theater. And they're not going to be seen being bullied by the president. That sounds loud. All right, they just dumped something loud. Anyway, but as far as Ethereum goes, Ethereum historically does really well in February and March, right? So historically, it's a pretty bullish outlook. So a lot of people starting to kind of get some hopium as this month draws to a close. It's been a pretty crazy month. And as this month draws to a close, the CoinGlass, which collects a lot of data, reveals that Ethereum has only experienced one February decline in history. That's pretty good, because we're going back to 2016 after, well, you can't count their IPO in 2014 or late 2014, but like 1 year, 2018, and there had been a 50% surge in that January, and that was the only time it posted losses. But Ethereum has posted gains in the last 6 consecutive years, every single February, with the largest increase coming in 2024 last year, where it did 46%. It went from 2280 to 3380. That's an 1100. That's a move. Anyway, so market sentiment seems to be shifting towards the optimistic, despite the current price drop. So they think it's the best asymmetrical bet in the crypto space, which, you know, that's what they say. You know how they is. And they think that
I thought it even went higher than that. I thought it jumped even after that February, jumped up to 4,000 like by March. It was like crazy, that run.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Executives from Ethereum Layer 2 networks, including Base, Optimism, and Arbitrum, are willing to improve Ethereum's network unity by adopting based and native rollups. These innovations are supposed to boost security and reduce fragmentation across the ecosystem. Basically, this is an all hands. You know, I guess Vitalik woke up and realized if he didn't start doing something, then there's a good chance that Ethereum gets diminished so much by layer twos that are taking advantage of Ethereum. So, and they're going to lose ground. And I think the real fear, if we're being honest, the real fear is that they gave up the number 2 spot if they give it up to Ethereum, to XRP. Like if XRP got the number 2 spot just based on spam, garbage, dumpster juice, Brad, petitioning, just all the scumbaggery in that cult. If that was enough to get them past the protocol that everyone on earth uses, that would be embarrassing. I think they were also quite embarrassed at how fast Solana caught them up, even though, despite Solana's problems, you can't argue that people use it because it's fast and cheap when it's working. It's fast and cheap. And so Vitalik's old argument of, well, layer 2s is just not enough because it's not easy enough. Solana is easy. It's probably too easy, and that's why it crashes a lot. But it is easy. And for regular people, like not even Joe Sixpack, because most of the people that are spamming their money, it's like people that don't, again, you know how it is. It's the dumbest of the dumb. It's the dumb degens, not even the smart ones. These aren't even the degens that are taking leverage. These are the people that don't understand how to spell leverage. So it's those degens. Anyway, long story short, Ethereum looks good for February and March. Okay, so that's great. Yay, all hands. Ethereum, it's a wartime. And I guess we should go behind the wall to talk JLP, Jupe, all the kind of new goings-ons. There's a lot to be excited about in that ecosystem.
Yeah, just to kind of add to the Ethereum with Vitalik waking up, he basically got rid of last week he got rid of the DAO, or kind of started getting rid of the DAO or whatever it was.
Definitely reconstituted. Yep.
Yeah, reconstituted. The only issue, he's really got to get a handle on that, because today the Ethereum Foundation sold another 100 ETH. Whatever. They got to stop that selling. That is brutal, man. Whenever they see that selling go on, and it happened 3 hours ago, right? They sold another 100 ETH. They're brutalized, and it's not the amount of ETH, nor is it, what is that, $400,000, $300,000, whatever it is. It's not the amount that it's being sold, it's the message that it keeps sending. So he needs to get a handle on that. Number one. That's the easiest issue to handle, in my opinion.
Yeah,
right?
But isn't he in charge of it now? Isn't that kind of him?
So did he sell 100 ETH this morning?
Seems like it.
Yeah. So why isn't he handling that?
I think in his own way, he thinks he is.
He's spewing off. Yeah, I've never seen him so active with his. This is
which is good. This is what we needed. We needed something to spur him to action, because he's been waking up at the crack of noon with wearing a diaper and foil in his hair and bubble gum in his neck. This is not a guy that was really an active participant. He would sideline trouble make on Twitter and stuff like that, but it's not actually someone that was active. Yeah. I think he's active now.
Oh, geez, I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. Well, we'll see. Anyway, that's it.
So yeah, and that would get into a whole other argument. There's a lot of reasons why a capped asset's not a good idea, especially if Ethereum is meant to be a true world computer and solve all sorts of problems for an economy and an ecosystem that's expanding, and even a capped currency sounds good to an investor. It doesn't work when you're trying to manage an economy. Good currencies will expand when the economy expands to meet demand, and will contract when the economy contracts. We just don't have good currencies, and we don't have good managers. So that's tough to have. Bitcoin will never work as world money. Bitcoin could work as a store of value type thing or a reserve thing. Bitcoin this whole idea of a Bitcoin standard is asinine and stupid. People aren't going to be buying, it's unlikely that they're going to be buying coffee with Bitcoin. And no more than, are people buying a coffee with gold? Does grandpa go into Starbucks with gold? Here you go, Sonny. No, it doesn't make any, you would say for so many reasons that doesn't make any damn sense. So that's a whole other argument. But no, Ethereum tries to manage its supply by its utility with various mechanisms that burn fees and things like that. And the idea is to keep it, relatively close to the growth of the ecosystem. So we'll see. And everybody's experimenting anyway, right? So currency and money is still an ongoing experiment for the last many, many thousands of years. And I'm sure at least until AI takes over, it will continue to be an experiment. Who knows? Maybe we'll be trading DNA credits or some shit in the future. I don't know. Anyway, okay, Brandon, anything before we go behind the wall?
No. Let's do it.
Go behind this wall, bro. We're getting all up in it. We're getting all up in this wall. That sounds gross, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're getting all up in this wall. That'd be a good ad. Jesus Christ. Oh, I got to tell you about my bad experience with the cleaners. Oh, I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
It was bad.
What happened?
I kicked him out of the house.
The cleaners?
They got 4 bedrooms done in 8 hours. I'm like, you mother effers, I could have done that. I didn't need you a-holes to do it.
Well, it's not like your bedrooms are even dirty, really.
Jesus, man. I kicked them all out. I'm like, get out, grab your tons of stuff and go.
Nice.
Anyway. Okay.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.